Hello everyone, now I am going to explain you about the relationship between Z parameters and ABCD parameters. Here we know the Z parameters as a impedance parameters, ABCD parameters as a transmission parameters. I want the Z parameters, impedance parameters in terms of transmission parameters. So to find out that, first of all we have to consider the Z parameters equation and transmission parameters equation, and we know the Z parameters equations are V1 and V2, where V1 V2 are the dependent sources and in I1 I2 are the independent sources. So we know the equations V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2, make it as equation 1. V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2, make it as equation 2. Similarly, the transmission parameters are here V1 I1 are the dependent sources, where V2 I2 are the independent sources. So we are getting the equation V1 is equal to A into V2 plus B of minus I2. So nothing but here V1 is equal to A into V2 minus B I2, make it as equation 3. I1 is equal to C into V2 plus D into minus I2, nothing but I1 is equal to C into V2 minus dA2. So here these are the transmission parameters. Here V1 I1 are the sending end and V2 I2 are the receiving end. So coming to this sending end, this I1 is in forward direction. Coming to with respect to this I1, here I2 is in reverse direction. That's why just to consider this end as a this current as minus current. So here I'm writing it as minus BI2 as well as minus DI2. So make it as equation number 3 and 4. So here to convert that Z parameters in terms of ABCD parameters, first of all consider the ABCD parameters and rewrite these equations in terms of Z parameter equations like V1 and V2. So here already we have the equations V1 and I1. Just to make this equation as in terms of V2, so I am taking this equation 4 and rewriting the equation in terms of V2. So here I am considering the equation 4. So equation 4 is nothing but I1 is equal to C into V2 minus D into I2, but I want the term V2. That's why I am moving this term DI2 term in terms to this side. So therefore we are getting C into V2 is equal to I1 plus D of I2, but I want only the V2 term. So therefore V2 is equal to move this term to this denominator side. So it will become 1 by C I1 plus D by C of I2. So this is the equation. V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So successfully we converted this ABCD equation in terms of impedance parameters equations. Make it as equation 5. Now substitute this equation 5 in the equation number 3. Because why? Because in the equation number 3 V1 is equal to A into V2 minus B into A2. But compared to this equation, here V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. But here this term is as it is, but this is V2 term, but here we want only the I1 term. To change this term voltage to current, I am substituting this equation 5 in the equation number 3. Therefore substitute equation 5 in equation 3. Therefore V is equal to A into V2 term. Here this V2 is 1 by C I1 plus D by C I2 minus B into I2. So V1 is equal to, by substituting all these values, you are getting A by C of I1 plus A into D, AD by C of I2 minus BI2. So here V1 is equal to A by C I1 plus, make I2 as common. So therefore you are getting AD by C minus B. So here I am taking the LCM. So it will become AD minus BC by C. This AD minus BC is nothing but a delta of T. Okay, delta of T. So here therefore V1 is equal to A by C I1 plus delta of T by C of I2. Now compare, make it as equation 6 and compare this equation with the equation number 1. So here we are getting V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. Compare this equation 6 and 5 with the equation numbers 1 and 2. So you will get Z11 is equal to, so here this equation V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. Nothing but Z11 is A by C, Z12 is det T by C or AD minus BC by C. Similarly we will get Z21 is equal to 1 by C. So Z21 is equal to 1 by C, Z22 is D by C. So finally we got Z parameters. Z11 as A by C, Z2 as delta C by C, Z21 as 1 by C, Z22 as D by C. Nothing but Z parameters in terms of ABCD parameters. So this is the relationship between the Z parameters and ABCD parameters. Thank you.